Hello Prime Minister, hello Sajid Javid, and hello my local MP Steve Barclay. As you know, I am a supporter of NHS 100k. My goal in making this video is to persuade you through argument to scrap the irrational, coercive vaccine mandates. I was horrified when Parliament approved the mandates, and I wrote to you, Steve, to express my disgust. I would now like to read out my letter to you. Dear Steve, I need to express my disgust at the government's shameful treatment of the care workers. My disgust is further compounded with the government's decision to exclude the unvaccinated care workers on Armistice Day. These brave individuals have worked through the pandemic when protection and vaccines were unavailable, and many of them paid the ultimate price. To dismiss them now is unforgivable. To coerce anyone to have a medical procedure is illegal. To coerce employees to take the COVID experimental vaccine by dismissal is illegal, immoral, illogical, and unnecessary. Our forebears fought for our freedoms, and included in those freedoms is bodily autonomy. You know full well that these experimental vaccines do not stop transmission, infection, nor death. Many of these care workers will have contracted COVID and therefore have natural immunity, so do not require the vaccine. Unvaccinated care workers that have not contracted COVID should be able to continue to take a test, which is also a requirement of care workers that have been vaccinated. The government's policy will put residents at risk due to the diminished number of care workers. The Conservatives' further policy to mandate all frontline NHS staff to be vaccinated by the 1st of April is another blunder. You risk losing experienced and highly trained employees. Please help reverse this decision. And what did I get in reply? Your last paragraph. I can assure you that the regulations were debated thoroughly, and many members, including myself, scrutinised the proposals closely. The introduction of this policy was not taken lightly. The governments consulted extensively, including with a wide range of valued stakeholders, and used their feedback to inform the legislation. My ministerial colleagues recognise that some people feel that workers should have the freedom of choice about vaccination. However, I support them in their belief that we must continue to protect some of the most vulnerable members in society. You did not address my concerns. You did not say who these valued stakeholders are, and it looks though like you have not consulted with the unvaccinated. I was really cross with you. From my perspective, the moment the regulations were drawn up was when you usurped our freedoms. All parliamentarians that voted for these vaccine mandates no longer believe in liberty and the art of persuasion through debate. Instead, you gleefully resorted to the jackboot. Those that abstained are guilty of willful blindness and are little better. Those carers and NHS staff have had a gun placed to their heads. Unlike a highwayman that shouts money or your life and is soon gone, your cry is consent or your livelihood. These yesterday heroes are being tortured from the moment they wake to the moment they sleep. They cannot escape the gun that you have placed at their heads. How they operate under such pressure is beyond me, and the impact and angst will have spread to family and friends. Can you not see that? A wise and caring Parliament would not resort to the jackboot. It would have sought to understand why so many declined the vaccine. Please stop the torture and announce today that the vaccine mandates will be scrapped. That will allow the unvaccinated to start their journey of mental recovery. The way forward, as I see it, is for you to seek out the unvaccinated and ask them why they do not want to take the vaccine. Do not debate them, just listen and show them that you care. Record their reasons, make sure you show them you have accurately noted their reasons so there can be no ambiguity. Analyze those reasons. You will most likely learn a great deal. Share your findings with the unvaccinated and open dialogue. Prime Minister, please do the right thing. Scrap these vaccine mandates and stop the torture today. Thank you for listening.